This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about this rehydration clause nonsense with Canelo Alvarez and Danny Jacobs. First and foremost, my take on it is it's bullshit. I'm going to say that again, it's bullshit. Like I said before, when I said in the video yesterday, Canelo Alvarez is the darling of the Mexican boxing community fan base. I'm going to say that again. He's the darling of the Mexican boxing community fan base. He's the guy that they supposedly have given a quote unquote crown of being the pound for pound fighter of this generation, of this era. I don't agree with it. I think there's two people that I will put him over on that list. Personally, I will put a Terrence Crawford over him because Canelo Alvarez has never been undisputed. That's my take on it. And I know this is going to be controversial and this might get a lot of flack, but I would consider somebody like a Lomachenko to be put over Canelo Alvarez. That's just my take on it. Because to me, if we're really being honest with ourselves and we're using the true boxing eye test and no fanboyism shit, we have to respect the man's pedigree. We have to respect the man, just like Clarissa Shields is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. We also have to respect the fact that he has the best amateur background. And yes, it does not translate into the amount of wins. But when the man beats people, he beats people down. And he's one of those three examples of why I believe a Earl Spence would chop down a Mikey Garcia. Because he shows that when you are a good or a very good big guy, when you're fighting a good or a very good little guy in Rigondeaux, you expose them. That conventional wisdom of boxing sticks for a reason. But on to the video. Danny Jacobs is being screwed. Because they know damn well if Danny Jacobs does not rehydrate the way he normally does, like he did in that Triple G fight, that single and solitary Triple G fight, they know that Danny Jacobs is going to have the advantage because he's the taller fighter. He's the lankier fighter. And he would be the bigger fighter that fight night. And they don't want that. They want his ass to be drained. They want his ass to be pretty much a shell of himself in terms of physicality. They don't want him to be as athletic as he needs to be. They don't want him to be as mobile as he needs to be. This fight, if that's the case, the fight is not going to be as competitive as we want the fight to be. So come on. We got to see the foolery for what it is. How come Canelo wasn't asking for rehydration clauses with Triple G? But now he's asking it with Danny Jacobs. Come on now. We got to see the foolery for what it is. Danny Jacobs is a big dude. It's not his fault that he's the taller fighter. It's not his fault he's the more athletic fighter. It's not his fault that he's going to be the one throwing more combinations that night. And the Canelo Alvarez team does not want him at his best. Oscar De La Hoya ain't fooling nobody. This has Oscar De La Hoya all over it. I honestly believe that Canelo Alvarez is a competitor at heart. I truly believe that. He's a warrior at heart. He'll take on any and all comers. But this right here smells like Oscar De La Hoya all over. Because Oscar De La Hoya has done a great job of protecting his cash cow as he has gone through the ranks. And folks need to see that truth behind it for what it really is. If people don't think that the referees don't have a play in Canelo Alvarez's decisions when he fights close fights or has controversial wins, you're fucking dodo heads. If people don't think that Canelo Alvarez is going to be the favorite in practically each and every fight that he fights, minus a Floyd Mayweather, you're dodo heads. If people don't think that Canelo Alvarez, especially with this $365 million DAZN deal that he has, is not going to be the cash cow, is not going to be the A side going into each and every fight, you're dodo heads. So with me bringing up those three glaring advantages, he's going to have the judges in his pocket. Plus, people forget Oscar De La Hoya has a lot of cachet, man. Golden Boy Promotions still makes a lot of noise in the boxing industry, in the boxing realm. They're a huge promotion. Before this whole PBC stuff started, remember, a lot of these PBC stable fighters, they used to be Golden Boy Promotion fighters. And that's the truth. Plus, they have a team of ownership that's a respected team in Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and Shane Mosley. Come on, man. All these guys are known and respected, and they have a lot of props in the boxing community, in the boxing realm, anything associated with boxing. So Canelo Alvarez is going to have the advantage in each and every fight, especially this one here. And I'm happy that Danny Jacobs pointed that crap out, because you got to expose the truth for what it is, man. So hats off to Danny Jacobs for being a truth teller. He gets a lot of credit in my book for doing that. But him saying it, is it going to change anything? No. We know it's not. I'm glad he exposed it for what it is. But that rehydration clause is going to stick. And now I'm believing that this is just pretty much a fight for him to take money. I'm leaning on what Tory Beckford had told me. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought this fight was going to be like what it's going to be, a really competitive fight. But with them doing this rehydration clause bullshit, now I see it for what it truly is. Because I think even I was blind a little bit by it. So I'm sitting here thinking, man, this is going to be a close fight. Canelo's going to win 7-5. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be a draw. Or Danny Jacobs might upset him. That's what I was thinking in my back of my mind. But with this rehydration clause bullshit, that's not what's going to happen. Because they're setting up Danny Jacobs to fail. He's not going to be at his best at fight night. So if he's not at his best at fight night, that's a severe or extremely great advantage for the likes of a Canelo Alvarez. It's already going to be a hard fight. You know what I'm saying? For Canelo Alvarez. I mean, for Danny Jacobs. Because he's fighting Canelo Alvarez. So why make it that much harder on that man? I tell you, boy, the boxing politics, man, is something else. But we have to call it out for what it is. That's why I'm a truth teller out here. Because I speak the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth that no one wants to talk about. And that's the truth, man, of the fact of the matter of stuff. That rehydration clause is bullshit, and it's going to stick. And this right here just secured Canelo Alvarez, Danny Jacobs belts. This fight might even be a lot worse than what I had predicted. Damn near it is. Because Danny Jacobs is not going to be at his best. So I won't even give him a chance in this fight. Because it's already unfair. I know I'm going to get vilified by the Canelo Alvarez sniffing community. That's why I said it. Because they all up in his ass. Sniffing his asshole. Probably know what his shit smells like. And they're going to flood the page. And they're going to say I'm being a hater. Whatever, man. I'm calling a spade a what? A spade. Danny Jacobs is being screwed, man. And people got to see this for what it is. And like I said, hats off for him for bringing that up. Because it needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that man got to go into that fight in the back of his mind knowing that he's going to have an unfair advantage? These fighters are already in a bigger weight class, man. We're talking about super middleweights here, man. So how are these damn super middleweights getting screwed of this magnitude? Or middleweights, my bad. Why are they getting screwed of this magnitude like that? These guys usually around 175, 180 fight night. So why this stupid clause? It's stupid. I tell y'all, man. We got to see the foolery for what it is. So I don't know. I'm going to have to, until this rehydration clause is lifted, I'm going to have to change my prediction. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.